More than 5 centuries have passed since the German artist Albrecht Dürer created one of the most mysterious works in the history of art. He called it Melancholia. Dürer completed the engravure in 1514 when he was 43 years old. By that time, Dürer was already a recognized master of both painting and graphics. If the engravure is conditionally divided horizontally into 3 levels, then it becomes clear that each of these levels is a stage of knowledge: material, intellectual, and spiritual. These are not simple numbers. All numbers in the table horizontally, vertically, and diagonally add up to 34. The comet shining in the sky is a reference to the apocalypse. According to the comet's flight path, it is clear that it will fall on the city depicted behind the building, and the city will collapse. During the Renaissance, the image of a comet in paintings always symbolized bad events. Hunger, cold, disease, epidemics, bloody wars, divisions in society, reformations. Dürer's era is the border between the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. There was no cinema during the Renaissance. Therefore, to understand and read the author's intention, there are so many details. Just like in the movies, the details of the engravure are a storyboard for philosophical reflections. 500 years later, another recognized master, but already of cinema, Lars von Trier, inspired by Dürer's engravure, using modern technologies of his time, embodied the images of engravure in his film, which was also called Melancholia. Just like our contemporary Lars von Trier talked about himself and his depression through an artistic image, through the character Justine in his film Melancholia. Trier is a director, an intellectual, a philosopher. Each of his films is a big event in the world of cinema, scandal and provocation. A talented artist always quotes a previous genius. If we carefully watch Trier's film Melancholia, we will be surprised that he practically equalized the engravure Melancholia by Albrecht Dürer. The water space in the perspective of some frames of the film exactly repeats the surface of the water in the engraving by Albrecht Dürer. The double shadows in the film interfere with the normal course of time, the normal course of history due to the comet approaching Earth. Trier uses many symbols in all his films. There is especially a lot of it in Melancholia. Semiotics meaning, which, just like in Dürer's engravure, is interesting to decipher and interpret. The engravure, Melancholia, by Albrecht Dürer, and the film Melancholia, by Lars von Trier, despite the differences in art and time of creation, transport the viewer into the world of melancholy through unique semiotic techniques. In the 21st century, new technologies received a new impetus and entered the era of artificial intelligence. Algorithms are capable of independently analyzing and visualizing, as well as generalizing and synthesizing any information. After conducting a comparative analysis of the meanings of Dürer's 16th century engravure and the content of Lars von Trier's film, inspired by this engraving created in the 20th century, artificial intelligence produced the following visual concept through the prism of its algorithms. Each of these paintings is interesting to interpret. The creativity of artists of different eras is reflected in one another. Adapting with its era, transforming and acquiring a new form and features of its time. However, the essence of existential crisis and creative search remains unchanged, reflecting in one another.